They say the mic doesn't pop. Hold on a sec, man. I'm gonna pull up my thing now, man. Let's see. We got the fallacy of multiracialism. Turn my mute on, man, so I'm not echoing. I can see what's going on over here, man. I got this YouTube Premium, man, and I didn't want to get it. It had me, it just kept asking me over and over again, man. Hey, do you want YouTube Premium? You want YouTube Premium? You want YouTube Premium? I'm like, nah, damn, man, I don't want, fuck it. And I tried to download this video, man, and they wouldn't let me do it from this old app. I guess the app's not supported anymore. So it was like I went to YouTube Premium. I still couldn't download the shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, man. Yeah. So let me see. I see we got us here, man. What is up, y'all? What is up? What is up, gang? This is your brother Big D, Darren Mary, Blerdplanet.com, retail SEO, Darren Mary, motivational speaker. And what's your name, brother?
Constitution, Blerdplanet.com.
That's dope, man. I like the way you just break it out. .com. That's just cool as a motherfucker, man. Cool as a fan.
Hey, man, it's the grind. You got to stay chill, man. Amidst the chaos.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Order a cow.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This is the other way around, a cow without order. Okay. Anyway, man. All right, man. So this is today's discussion, man. It's going to be about the fallacy of multiracialism. Now, multiracialism is a tad bit different from multiculturalism. In as much that multiracialism takes the premise that because a person or because someone is from multi-races, they have a richer experience on the face of Earth, and particularly in societies where where European Western societies where European features are primarily are preferred, the preferred feature of society. Lighter skinned folks are given preferential treatment and seen to be safer, smarter, happier, calmer, more relaxed, more malleable than those people of darker skin color. So I've kind of been thinking about that, man. There's been something that like I know that the African American or the Black American male, the American Black, this American male. We just got talking about Black American males, but the American Black is on average 75% African. The other 25%, is a mixture of other regions. There's not really Africa is a region, other regions of the world, and so to say that people that are are Black in America are really a multiracial as well, if we want to look at multiracialism as a construct. So what are your thoughts about that concept? What's up, Hanlon? Oh, Hanlon's in the building, man.
Big Hanlon, Mr. Jones. Peace and love, man. Yeah, man. Well, to the chagrin of many of our blurs, our fellow blerdettes and blerdites, multiracialism is here to stay. I know you don't like it. You're used to the oppressor saying octoroon, mulatto, quadroon, mixed. I like a quote, brother. Darren, I like this quote. I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail nonetheless. Dread it, run from it, destiny still arrives. Or should I say, I have. These are the words from the immortal Thanos. Those who just don't understand, you are who you are right now, man. I don't know what this what's a pure Black person? Hey, I'm a blurred. I study what I study. I study on top of study. And for the life of me, race is more of a fallacy at this point.
I'm sorry, man, but Alan just said, be careful. What's up, Mel? What's up, Mel Agenda? Alan just said, y'all better chill out. Bob Rewards Ponzi Scheme Club will be over here in a second.
Oh man, oh man.
Please, Bob, I'd love to have you
I
on the
wish
panel.
you would.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, I'll drop the link on that motherfucker, man.
I wish you would. Ooh, girl, ooh. I wish you would. You won't do it again. But come on through, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to, man. Because this is the place of Black intelligentsia. So
yeah.
in order to be over here, there has to be some modicum of intelligence going on. And I think that that may actually be a no mas.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'd have to go get the thing, you know what I'm saying? Get that thing.
Yeah.
Out of the trunk. You did?
Yeah.
You understand?
No dig. You dig, you understand? So I don't know, what do you think about that, man? You said there's no, there really is no pure black, right? I mean, what is this? What are we talking about this, man? We're talking about 100% human?
Maybe because we have what we call admixture. Admixture was not a big deal because we didn't have the technology to assess its understanding. But now that we have technology and the advancement of DNA studies and cellular biology, it opens up the understanding of just labeling somebody based on the way that they look.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand that people, like the people in Madagascar, would be fairly light-skinned, yet not necessarily African. They would carry certain traits. Or the Dutch people that migrated to Southern Africa that would have blonde hair and blue eyes. Yet they would be considered Africans because they reside on the continent of Africa. So when we started learning about like autosomal DNA, bro, and mtDNA,
mm-hmm.
we understand that autosomal DNA is the sex genes that are found in men that vary. However, the mtDNA is the DNA found in women that never changes.
Okay.
So mitochondria Eve is always going to be mitochondria Eve.
Okay.
So that means that no matter how many different men mate with this, whatever particular woman they're with, the base of the mtDNA is always going to stay the same.
Right. So it all passes down to the seed of the mother.
Yes. So this different human stuff is absolutely ridiculous.
We all got the same mama.
Got the same mom. How's that possible, bro? Like if me and you got the same mom, what does that make us?
Brothers.
Oh, okay. From the same womb. So this is why Africans would make women matrifocal, not matriarchal. It's a difference. That's a social political construct. Matrifocal is what's not being spoken of here.
Right.
If you're coming from a different womb, 9 times out of 10, you're a different living organism. But you're coming from the same womb, same mtDNA.
Mm-hmm.
So if a Jewish guy has sex with an Ethiopian woman, then that baby is gonna have an admixture of the Ethiopian woman, and more so with the man, because who knows how many mothers and different fathers his grandparents had. So it's not just that would be a false dichotomy, which is just black and white. It's just don't. In the blurred world, guys, it won't work. Somewhere else. Maybe. But light-skinned people are human beings first.
Right.
And if they identify with being white, that's quite all right. If they identify with being black,
get back.
I know some very dark-skinned people in America that don't identify with being black because they didn't live in that environment that promotes that.
Right.
Or let's just say me and you, Darren, because we have the propensity to have a large vocabulary and we talk quite articulately, some would call us coons or talented 10 sellouts. That's what we do.
Right.
Which is a crock. pretty much.
Let's use a colorful simile and metaphor to say that.
I would
Crock
say
is bullshit.
crock of bullshit.
There you go, man. So yeah, that's yeah, I think that, you know, as someone who, you know, I have people who have, you know, in my family who have European ancestry. I mean, man, my great grandmother was Irish, man. And my, you
And
know,
yeah,
she was Irish, man. Redhead lady named Catherine, man, which is 100% Irish.
well,
You know, you go across the spectrum of my family. You know, my aunt has you know, bright red hair. You know, her daughter has blue eyes, and so it goes again against the whole spectrum. And to look at, it's, you know, I don't even bring up the point that my great grandmother was Irish, because we're all human beings, and to make a distinction between one or the other would then be to uplift one person over the other. Does that make sense?
yes, it does.
You know, to say, hey, I'm holding this up, you know, this person is like this, so they think they can have this. So in order for me to make that distinction, to say, all right, this person like this, so they think they can have this, that means that I would need to believe that society has given this person this set of privileges.
Yes.
And so then that would give me some sort of jealousy. Now, in the Willie Lynch letter that was written back in the 70s, as a part of the counterintelligence program, I'm sorry, it wasn't part of that. It was actually just a psychiatric experiment or study. Apparently, it was done by an African.
Yeah.
I've heard that it was done by an African. I heard it was done by an American Black. That either way, the guy lives in North Carolina, and it was I think it was called a psychoanalytical warfare. So he was coming up with a way to really just look at the psychosis that we are experiencing, that our society that we're in has kind of given us and formed this little construct of race instead of tribalism, or, you know, so it's almost to the point where we got another tribe, which would be based around race.
Well, see, that's some factual shit. I mean, everybody wants hoopla. Everybody wants, you know, the social political statement. Well, I ain't gonna let no white folks undermine my blackness. You know, black is a colloquial term that's used to describe a person being a noun. So
A sweatshirt.
colloquially, black is an adjective. There's a difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality. Nationality is your political status. And ethnicity, unlike race, which deals with biological or physical attributes, ethnicity is based on cultural attributes. So you may have, and you've seen it, European people that have African American ethnicity. How is that possible, Consu? That's bullshit, Consu. Well, take somebody like an Eminem. They've adapted to the culture because he just happened to grow up around a lot of black people. In that cultural paradigm, identity is a social concept. So we understand the complexity of racism. I think we take racism for granted there. I think we take it for granted because we don't realize it is systemic oppression from people who believe they are supreme based on their race. So they market race. They pander race. They don't have a problem with race on its facade, but they use it to promote their superiority. Henceforth, white supremacy, because a white person isn't even white. When we get down to logistics, the white people are not even white. So I don't understand, outside of excellent marketing, how we are susceptible to this psychological misogyny. I don't get it. In 2019, we have access to all of this knowledge, but obviously the application of the knowledge has fallen off a bit. We're not quite accurate to Information.
So there's no wisdom, because wisdom is knowledge applied.
Yes. Concur, man.
So yeah, wisdom, is not knowledge applied is wisdom. We know that. We know that to be true. So how do we address this and become more wise?
The art of nothingness, the art of letting go. I think personally, we have to let go of what we know.
Okay.
We have to be willing to wipe the slate clean and take in data in a non-biased attitude, with a non-biased attitude. Confirmation bias is a difficult thing to get over because we all have biases. How can you not? In this environment, you're going to be biased, right? So you got to wipe away that issue so that when you're collecting data, it is general knowledge. Once it's knowledge, now you can deduce what you're being inducted with. So what you're subjugated to, your objectivity is at a high level. Your logic is not faulty. And once your logic isn't faulty, your rhetoric, i.e. wisdom, is productive and constructive. Whether it be written or vocal, your rhetoric befits your logic. Like I was talking to somebody today, Darren, and I meant it with all due respect. We had a debate because the person was saying the falling angels. And I said, look, falling means present, the act of. ING is a suffix. Okay, it's a moderator to a word called fall. En means it happened in past tense. If you can't tell the difference and you're pronouncing the wrong word, imagine what you're reading and comprehending in your cerebral cortex. So what that tells me is you might be dyslexic. It's a possibility that your comprehension could be marred because you're thinking the way that you read. And a lot of people don't like to be told. I mean, it's the absolute truth. And we have those small little issues that make it hard for us to comprehend because we're limited in our basic needs, like I'm always redundantly talking about. We don't have the basic needs to facilitate good comprehension skills, good problem solving skills, good high self-esteem. We don't have that. We have a really desolate environment. So I just think the more that we let go of the superfluous things, the frivolous things, and we start dealing in the mechanics of things, then we'll be able to retool our understanding. I think that we need a new Black agenda. We need a new Black identity.
Thanos.
Yeah, it's like, bam. It's like, oh, okay, new Black folks.
Yeah, just a reset.
So we represent change, and it's not fair to some Blacks. No. Why aren't you mad? Hell yeah, you're damn right I'm mad. But it's controlled anger. I'm like Bruce Banner in the Hulk's body. It's controlled anger. It's not reckless abandon. And that's a danger. That's always been a threat when you can control your anger and thought and intelligence. Yeah. Intelligentsia is nothing to play with. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, that's focused. When you can focus your things, you can focus your efforts. When you focus your efforts on anything, you can accomplish anything.
You'll obliterate it. That's right. That's how a gun works. Mm-hmm. All that torque and all that the power is concentrated behind that one bullet.
Yeah.
And that bullet has a precise target that you control. And that's how it works.
There you go, man.
Like that.
Wow. That was deep, man. Right now, my mind is blown like his hat, man. You know.
You say your mind blown like the hat.
Like the hat, man. Boom.
On that hat. Now, people don't know. Maybe I want you to expound on this since we're getting all deep.
Okay.
What Superman actually freaking means? I don't think people know what's up with Superman. The symbolism of Superman.
Yeah.
That's a real deep dude.
Yeah.
That's the man.
Yep.
If you guys don't really know. The Superman. The story behind it, incredible.
Yeah. One of the reasons why I love, and kind of bringing up the, Superman, and we talking to Thanos and superheroes and villains and gods and goblins and all that stuff, man, is what I like about Superman is he sees the world as what I exemplify as humans should be like.
Mm-hmm.
We should, help the old lady cross the street. We should, there's so many things that, we should, get the cat out the tree if need be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what he's, kind of exemplifies human beings should be like, man. And it's unfortunate that in the society that we lived in, that the Superman we saw would be Luke Cage.
Wow. They don't hear you.
So yeah, they don't that feel me, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my mic. I'm dropping. Like everybody get it. Boop. Mic is dropped. All right, man.
Right.
Yeah. So just kind of leaving off, man. So in order to come up with what we see as a solution to this whole deal, the fallacy of multiracialism that exists is really laughed at me, that exists is letting go, is letting things go and going back to a base thing of zero. Looking at someone, I think, from a first realizing that you yourself are just a human being first. And when you look at yourself as being a human being first, you can then look at another person as being a human being first, because all we are is when we see people, we see a reflection of ourselves, which is, I think we kind of can go in a little deeper, which is probably why we have so many problems with anger, self-esteem issues, things like that in the Black community, is because we see ourselves as inferior. We see ourselves as less than being human.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a baseline, that's a negative line. So we got to get to that baseline.
Thanks.
Uh-oh. Mic drop part 2.
Thanks.
All right. What about you, bro?
Man. Shit. We're in this zone, guys. We're in this fog of zenship. We just proverbially bouncing the zen back and forth to chi.
You know what I'm saying?
Knowledge is flowing. I don't have anything to say to that but facts. That's all. I really don't. It would be redundant at this point to even expound even farther. Melanated laughter. I keep laughing, melanated.
You know what I'm saying?
Sup with us. Enjoy the plethora of Black intelligence here.
There you go, man.
Bathe in this.
Yeah.
Black intelligence here.
Thanos.
Like, comment, and share, man.
Please.
Share this experience, man. Get everybody involved in the movement, man. Blerdplanet.com.
There you go, man.
Why wouldn't you go there and check things out, man? Don't be ashamed of being intelligent. Think first. Free man family, y'all.
Yeah.
Think first.
Act fifthly. Think first, act fifthly. So do a bunch of other stuff before you get to that action. So all right. Well, it's been real, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thanks so much for following in the building. Real brother. Blerdplanet.com. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Please.
Holla, man.
All right.